Hello and good afternoon. I am Angie Dickmeyer, and let's talk about the difference between a matte finish in a makeup and a dewier finish. I know that is a question that people often have. Do I want more of a glow, or do I want something that is more matte? So I'm just going to show you how I created the look that I have on today, and also talk about maybe why you may prefer a matte or you may prefer more of a glow or more of a dewy finish. Alrighty, so what I did to begin with is I started with a very lightweight gel serum or moisturizer, something that it does not have a lot of shine to it. I did not use a primer today. However, you could use, for more of a matte look, you could use a matte primer. All right, so the first step I did was I started out with a matte foundation. And those of you that know me I know that I work with Estee Lauder companies, and I also use a lot of Bellamy products as well as other product lines I discover along the way. However, if you're looking for something that really stays a long time, up to 24 hours even, that would be Estee Lauder's Matte Double Wear, 24-hour wear. It's waterproof, sweat proof. To me, it's just life proof. You could actually go to bed with this and wake up in the morning, it would probably still look pretty darn good. All right, so I used this. And secondly, I did not have their other concealer. This is their Radiant Concealer, but they do make a concealer that doesn't have as many light reflective properties in it. But I did just use a little bit in this area here where I am darker. So to go and even mattify this out even more so, I went and used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Powder. So I just went simply on top of my foundation and I just mattified any kind of shine out even more so. All right, so you can see I may have a little bit of a glow, but nothing like I would have if I used a more of a dewy finish. All right, so I've got Estee Lauder Double Wear, Estee Lauder's concealer, and Estee Lauder's powder. So that is going to eliminate any shine. It is really going to give me sort of a triple effect as far as staying on all day without getting shiny and really being a great long wearing product. All right, so then I went on to my contour, whereas normally the bronzer I've been using is in Bellamy, and it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. So what I did is I found a darker foundation shade in the Estee Lauder that I had, and I just went and put that on where I normally would put my contour, which would be right here on your cheekbones, kind of down through the center of my nose, chin, and around my forehead. Again, it is a matte. I went maybe 3 shades lighter, or excuse me, darker than I did with my foundation. So the foundation I have on today is the Ivory Beige. It is 3-in-1. Powder is also 3-in, and then I went a shade lighter, 2-in-1 with my concealer. So now I've got, of course, the bronzer contour on. And so what I opted for next was I did go back to Bellamy's blush, and I did use this here that has no shimmer to it. This is the Down to Earth palette, which I love for the simplicity of having your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, and 4 shades of shadow. So moving forward from there, I went and used a liquid eyeliner. I really like a liquid eyeliner to help keep my eyeliner on all day, and to also really get in there on my lash line and deepen the effect of my lashes. To me, it also helps your regular pencil liner to stay on even better. So I stuck with black, and then I just went right on top after it dried, and I just kind of smudged this in, even kind of in this area here. Okay, now for my eyeshadow, I went back to Bellamy's palette here, and if you can look closely, let's see if you can tell, that is a matte, that is a matte, that has some shimmer, and that has some shimmer. So I used this color here, kind of as my base color. And then I went in with this darker, kind of a russet color, and I just put that in kind of right through my crease and on my outer lid. Both are mattes, and so that is what I use today. As far as a brow color, I use it's sort of a pomade. It's by Bellamy as well. I really like the way that it goes on and stays on all day long, but this is a taupe. So my roots are kind of taupey with minus or plus a little of the gray, but the pomade's really nice. Or I have used Estee Lauder's Multitasker in the blonde, and also the taupe works as well for me. Now to finish out my lashes, I do prefer Clinique's. This is the Power Lash formula. And I think I've talked about how important it is to have a skinnier brush. If your lashes are more sparse and if they're shorter, it's just easier to apply it and you don't make as much of a mess. And I always opt for the black. I mean, I like for the whites of my eyes to look whiter, and I do like more of an intensified look on my eye area. So the black does that really nicely for me. All right, so finishing all this, I have a rose color on for my lip, in my lip liner in Bellamy. And then I finished it up with, it's called Barely There. So if you like more of a neutral, natural lip, this is really creamy, but it doesn't have any shimmer in it. If your lips are chapped, I would advise putting on a lip conditioner or maybe topping it off with a little bit of lip gloss just to give it a little bit more hydration. However, this formula here in their lipstick does have the baobab oil in it, and if I said that wrong, forgive me, but it does keep your lips super hydrated. So let's just recap. Double Wear, I use the liquid, I used the concealer, and I set it with their powder in Double Wear. And then I did the Bellamy blush. I did really from their neutral collection and their palette, the color. So the blush, a couple of the eyeshadows. I did use two of their black a liquid liner and a pencil liner. And just wanted to kind of show you what more of a matte look did. This is not using any type of highlight or anything like that. This is just kind of my skin and what it does as the day goes on. So this is what I did earlier today. If you have oilier skin, you're probably gonna like more of a matte finish, whereas if you have, I would say more normal to dry or extra dry skin, you're probably gonna feel like this is a little too drying for you. If you're wanting the wearability of something to really stay on through these summer days, a matte finish is gonna give you a lot more staying power than what a foundation that is more hydrating or more of a glowing or a dewy foundation, because that does have more oils in it and it's just not gonna stay put as long. So if you want a little bit of both worlds, I would say get your coverage and your wearability maybe from matte, and then you could kind of put in some creamier products such as a blush, or maybe do some shimmer in more of a creamy product, just to give you that dewier look and to make your skin not feel so. So anyway, I hope that you like these tips and tricks, but the next day I will, or tomorrow, whenever I can, I'll come back on here and talk about, so the opposite of this. So we're gonna do more of a glowing or more of a dewy foundation. So, all right, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later, Gator.